Today is Nehanda in the comment section, and we are going to be discussing my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, you are more than welcome to get up on my YouTube channel. I will leave a link in the description or in the comment section down below to this to my channel so that you guys can go take a look at some of the things that I talk about and some of the things that are that are popping off, you know what I'm saying? Because things be popping off in my comment section on YouTube. I try to get back to as many of the viewers as possible whenever I cover a topic. And so this week's topic was about um let's just take a look, shall we? If you are joining me here on Facebook, I'm just going to be reading off of my channel, and I tried to get this so that everything can be on one place, but it didn't work out like that. So if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so. Move this out of the way. I guess it looks nicer this way. I don't know. You guys let me know. So it is Nehanda in the comment section. That is the name of this show. And this show will be simultaneously uploaded onto YouTube later on. So you could actually go take a look at some of the things that people have been saying about the topics that I have been talking about. Now, last week we talked about, let's just go through here. Last week's topics were factfulness, which was not as interesting. I guess it only has like 6 views here. Then we have marriage or the wedding. Do you oh, I missed, do you know the difference? Guys, I get so excited sometimes that I just don't even I miss words. So I'm so sorry about that. I have to edit that. Can women go domestic after being in the streets? Uh, somebody wrote, hang on a second. Let me see how I can do this. I'm gonna try to make sure that I don't actually talk. This is gonna be that's too much actually. Let's pause that and pause. Pause. Thank you. And let us go here at the notifications. So one person said when I was here on this thing, it's not going up and down. Oh, great. Okay, so this is going to be quite interesting. They are losing because they are, hang on a second, let me get back into the comment section. So when I did this video called, and it was a 3-part series. For those of you who have not joined on the conversation in Facebook, please go and take a look at the three videos that I uploaded on this theme, Mary Jane syndrome. Why are Black women always losing? And I'm very annoyed, you guys. I'm very annoyed because I was one of those people that defended women, and especially Black women, because I'm a Black woman, of course, and I feel like we need to support each other a lot more than we are. I was most offended and most annoyed because the negative response that I received on this topic was mostly from Black women, and it was nothing to do with the topic. And it made me think of men and people online had a who have had a lot to say on this topic, but nothing to do with helping or finding solutions to some of the issues that are at stake here. And you will see this in the topic and in the discussion because consecutively, without fail, most people did not actually pay attention. And I'm not going to play the videos in this segment. You can go on my YouTube channel and check it out for yourself. But most people did not pay attention to the topic. They got in their feelings, read the thumbnail, and just went with whatever it is they thought I was talking about without even actually listening to the conversation. The conversation is about Black female representation in the media. And we are always being lied to, deceived, and portrayed in a very disrespectful, disingenuous, and awful manner. And I'm not for that life. I don't support that. And we as people who vote with our dollars should not support this kind of representation. That was the topic. What people got in their feelings about on this three-part segment had nothing to do directly with the topic. And I'm going to read some of the response. They're always losing because they're not team players. This is from Gerald Hamilton, 3313. Shout out to him. He posted on in the comment section on the video, this I think it was the second part or the first part, that they're always losing because they're not team players. These this is why they're single and all over the place with their so-called relationships. I will add to that situationships, because what we be doing, or what is being perceived in TV shows like the Being Mary Jane and the Girlfriends, is always dramatic and always dramatic, always full of drama, always going from one relationship to the other, always self-medicating, always running around screaming and crying about how we can't find a good man. And that representation, I resent. I really resent that, because for the relationships that have worked, or for the kind of woman that that gets into a marriage situation, we need to be seeing more of what that looks like, as opposed to pandering and soothing the ever eternal single Black female as something that is to aspire to. We've talked too much about this. One person wrote, this was a comment from 12 days ago. Many of us were and are AMJ. Now, I agree with this a lot. Everything down to her having to save her family along with her dating life is the reality of Black people. I have a husband now, but when I was single, unhealed, and selfish, I would never miss an episode. Now, this is who I was, and what I and one of the reasons why I identified so well with this series, because it was really something that spoke to where I was, but not to where I want to be. And I think that that was what I was trying to get people to see, is that while you can, be in your feelings about something because it resonates with you, that resignation is not always something that is of benefit to you. Now, another person wrote, thank you, sister. Shout out to Dusty Inc. 8.8. May your creator of heaven on earth continue to bless you and your union. Please continue to tell about Black women, to tell Black women the truth, and not what they want to hear. Salute, sisters. All right. He even gave like this person even gave like a helping praise for this cause. And I don't know, I was really happy for that. Shout out to this person for writing that. And then came the dissertation. Y'all, let me just pull this up real quick, because this young lady got thoroughly, okay, this is new, Scouts Honor comment. A lot of videos are starting to pop up on my feed. None of these videos got into the root. It's women's penis envy and narcissism. She sees no value in being a woman or feminine. She wants the prize that men receive and not the one women receive. Let me correct myself. She wants both rewards. Saying it is because women want to work and be successful is giving women an out, or making her deeply self-reflect. She can say, I can't keep a man because I want to be successful and independent so bad. No, ma'am. Successful women maintain relationships too, but not narcissistic penis envying one. Ooh, child. Y'all need to, I just try to read it real quick. It's on my YouTube channel. You can see it's one of the comments that was made. Please go check it out. This person is spitting hot fire, and I did not, Scout's honor, I did not want to be the one to have to spell it out like that because I don't want to be demonetized. And those are some fighting words. True, but fighting words. And I think that this is one of the things that encompasses one of the dark sides of being a powerful person is that people misconceive power with lacking femininity or having to give up femininity. And there are plenty of examples in media and in your own neighborhoods, if you pay attention, of women who are able to successfully manage both. I'm going to give a quick anecdote about a woman, a doctor who was happily married until she was widowed to a man who was also very successful. Some might argue even more successful than she was. And I looked up to this woman with great respect. I'm not going to call her name because if I do, y'all are going to know who she is, especially if you're from the Caribbean. But her husband was a major pioneer in some of the human rights issues that we were experiencing in the Caribbean around the 70s and 80s. And when I had the privilege and the honor of meeting this woman, one of the things that I asked her, because, she's my mentor and somebody that I admire, is what it is that you did that made your relationship so successful. And she said, I ran my husband a hot foot soak every night. I'm not saying that this is what you got to do, but this woman was not confused about her role in her relationship as it pertains to her relationship. She understood that being successful and having accolades are extremely important and beneficial to her and her husband. But in terms of their relationship with each other, she knew and understood what were some of the things that were important to him and made sure that she did them on a consistent basis. Now, I'm going to pull up the dissertation from the young lady who went back and forth with, who felt the need to go back and forth with me. I assume this was a young lady. Um, yeah. Um, this woman had a lot to say, and I tried, as I may, to explain that some of the things that she was saying was incorrect. This she wrote, and for those of you on Facebook who cannot see my screen here, I don't think that Black women are losing. I think that many of us have become wise because especially Black American women have always had the unique experience when it comes to relationships. Many Black women weren't allowed to have successful unions due to slavery, oppression, and Jim Crow. Can I say this on Facebook? Bullshit. I call major bullshit because as I explained to her in this response is that we are at our highest rate of we're at the lowest rate of marriage right now in America. I live in Germany, so this doesn't really affect me yet because this phenomenon is transcending through all races and cultures in the West, but I digress. That's not true. In the Jim Crow and slavery era, I will argue that while we did not have the unions that we have now, women and men were Black men and women were coupling up in a way that we are choosing to not do right now. That means that in the free time, so times when people could vote, work, and be free and make their own decisions of their own accord in the 1950s and 60s, the marriage rate, this was during Jim Crow, as she said, was way higher. You would have 20% of single parent households in the Black community. Now, like I said in my last video, which she did not do me the respect of even reviewing, it is now up to 72%. That means that if I had 10 Black women in front of me right now, 7 of those women who would have children, if I had 10 Black mothers in front of me right now, 7 of those mothers would be raising their children by themselves. That's the reality. That is not winning to me. Everybody knows, I hope, the importance of a father in a home. And if we cannot acknowledge the need for a father in a home, then we are more than losing, sister. Segregation was no better, and the very qualities that men complain about, such as femininity, such an overused word, or softness, cooperation, cannot be fostered due to the various conditions that most Black men find themselves in. Patriarchy, has allowed white women to flourish to and not deal with insecurities such as money, food, or housing. Black women cannot expect the support from Black men due to the role or status in society. Also bullshit. Simply put, if he cannot provide for himself, he cannot provide for another, or even foster an atmosphere, where a woman can thrive. Black women are doing the most in marriage, so why would we sign up for this? Marriage has become modern day slavery. This is just a whole lot of regurgitation of things that I have heard other women say, that she has probably heard other women say to her and have adopted as her own. Sister, you are being lied to at the highest degree. And I'm going to explain to you why. Every single person, and this is where I'm going to come up, I'm not being sponsored for this, is called, this book here is called Escape from Freedom by Erich Fromm. He's a German philosopher, psychologist, I think. And he writes about how people, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Pick up your copy and learn for yourself how people escape the responsibility of freedom. I know a lot of people think that freedom is a given right, and in many cases it is, but it is also something that is very intricate in its level of understanding for one's personal ability to move forward in making decisions that directly benefit you. While you want to cry your sob story and say that somebody hurt you, somebody didn't provide for you, because it sounds like a very personal experience and story that many of us rightfully go through. However, that is no reason or excuse to cop out and go ghost in your society and your community. I think that this is a direct reflection of some of the breakdowns in understanding information. One, Black women are the notorious for, from my experience on YouTube, y'all can check out the comments yourselves, are misinformed, need to be right, very defensive, and very extremely, we say in my language, fighta. They love to argue with people even when they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And I told this young lady that she should probably go check the statistics for herself, because the statistics will show you directly that what you're saying is rubbish. All right. And while our men are failing us, as she puts it, which is also not true, because 85% of Black men have a job, have never been to prison. I think it's something like, no, I'm calling stupidness now, but it's over 50% that there is not as much Black crime as people think there is. In fact, as of 2000 and I don't want to misquote now, but it's been almost 20 years since the crime rate has dropped significantly in America alone. And people are still preaching this rhetoric that it is as bad as it was in the 70s and 80s, where crime and violence was at its all-time high. We live in the most safest time in many Western countries, but for some reason, there is a self-fulfilling prophecy of this scary Black man who is always trying to kick your ass, beat you, and not take care of his children. This man does not exist. But the point that I was trying to make in my 3-part segment of the being Mary Jane syndrome is that women adopt these Mary Janes and Celies and what was the name of that woman? What was Whitney Houston's role name in Waiting to Exhale? Somebody write it in the comment section down below. We adopt these personalities and we tell ourselves, yes, this is my reality. And we use that as a framework to not accept responsibility for the shitty choices that we have made when it comes to the type of men that, myself included, have chosen. Stop. Stop it. Get some help. And I'm not trying to say that I'm letting men off the hook either, because yes, there are some very, very bad men out there, but you chose him. You know why? Because you don't know what a good man looked like, because you yourself did not have a father. If you had read my statistics, you would know that that's a common thing in the Black community, but you didn't. You chose to come for me. And that's the second reason why we're losing, is because we as sisters refuse to hear the truth. We do not hold people accountable. And one of us, those of us who actually want to hold others accountable, get shot down and crucified like this young lady is trying to do. I'm not the one. I am not the one, honey. I have done my research. I have read what is going on in our communities, and it is my responsibility as a sister of four Black men to speak some life into them and to tell you all that you're out of order. Do your research. If you guys want to go check out my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing another Nehanda in the comments section again next Sunday. Of course, you guys are welcome to join and have conversation with me. You can call into the show so that we can have a full blown show and back and forth and banter about this issue. This dissertation, I'm not going to continue to read. You can see how much she said. My only response and recommendation to this young lady was, if you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. Now, I am very hardline with men and women about excuses. They're nothing but well-planned lies. If I could put myself together long enough to go from being a single mother to a wife who is happily married for the past, how long has it been now? I think we're celebrating our 9th anniversary, 10th anniversary. I don't keep track. I'm not trying to leave. So it is what it is. Another anniversary comes around and I thank God for that. And I thank God for us being healthy and happy with each other. And I think that this is something that we definitely need to speak more about, holding women accountable, holding men accountable. I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that it's just the woman's fault. Men have just as much responsibility, but to say, oh, I'm just not going to be doing this because women be doing the most in marriage, baby, I know if and when you get married, you are not going to want to get up and go to a job so that you if you get pregnant, you're going to want to go work. I know you're going to be sitting pretty somewhere, or you're going to want to sit pretty somewhere while your husband gets up, works his overtime, works his job 9 to 5, or even 9 to 10 to take care of you and your children. So please stop the cap, stop it. And now I'm going to end this segment. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope that you look forward to the next tea, Nehanda, in the comment section. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so on YouTube. We upload videos every day, almost every day. So look out for those videos because we try to keep the topic fresh and popping. So see you in the next one. And if you can, of course, please stay safe and stay free.